Hey everybody, I just woke up and got a little nudge that I needed to send you a message. So here it is. I have been out of touch for a while and I didn't want anyone to wonder what was going on. And so this message is going out to all my family, friends, and fellow travelers and all the folks who follow me on corehealthpartners.com. So I had a real twist in my journey. Wait. Before I go any further, let me just say, I know I'm not doing this right. I am probably looking goofy. I just woke up. This is not going to be slick or perfect. So I'm just setting aside all my standards and all the rules, and I'm just going to do this. So, back to my story. Oh, one more thing. I know this probably should be like 3 minutes long, and I don't promise it will be that. So, back to my story. I had a real twist in my journey about a week ago. In fact, it was exactly a week ago. I woke up actually about this time with a heart rate of 165. And I've never had a heart rate of 165 when I was arresting, as far as I know. So this was new for me, and I went to the ER to have that evaluated. So just so you know, though, I was not actually scared because I had been monitoring my pulse. It had been going up a little bit for a couple of months, and I'd noticed some sensations I was having. I had already talked to my healthcare provider in Cary, where I don't live anymore, but we had agreed that if it went above a certain threshold or if I started to have symptoms, I would get it checked out. So this was kind of that threshold, and it kind of felt like more I was having a baby and it was time now to go to the hospital. So I woke up my husband and we went. And so I thought that was not going to be a big deal. And it really has turned out to be a huge gift and an awakening for me. I really called this first thing like the perfect storm. And there were a number of reasons it happened, which I won't go into. But the bottom line is I just had been having lots of changes in my life. And any kind of change, good or bad, provokes stress. And my body just said, enough. There's been an impact and you need to pay attention. So after it was over, I discovered I was still having some heightened sensitivity. I expected things to be normal, but I noticed that I would go from 0 to 60 and nothing flat. If anything excited me, my pulse could go up. I could say something without thinking. I was talking really fast. I mean, in the space of 36 hours, I had like 5 people tell me to calm down. And that never happens. Those of you that know me well know that I specialize in mindfulness and stress management. And so I just don't normally get zooped up. So I paid attention. I did some deep work and had some real amazing epiphanies, which will alter how I do things from this point forward. It's going to take me a little while to figure that out. I did follow up with an internist, and he provided great care. And I'm clear that this is not dangerous. He thinks that, because of the stress, it threw off my hormones, which affected my neurotransmitters, and given everything I know how to do, he felt like I would be back to where I was, and I say better, in 6 to 8 weeks. So I just need to remove stress and manage stress at a deeper level than I've ever done before. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to honor that. I'm going to take care of myself. So I want to say, though, that even though all of the healthcare providers that I have met in this last week have been caring and competent and good people, I have not been served by the healthcare system. I have had to really work to not be railroaded, to get what I need and not have someone else's agenda forced on me. So that has been a real learning for me. I didn't think that as much as I know and as well as I express myself, that I would have to work so hard. So it just really convinces me that the work that I'm doing and have done is so critical to other people. And so I want to share a few lessons that I've learned, or just suggestions that I think could be helpful, especially if you undergo any kind of move or big change. So number one, regardless, learn how to pay attention. Learn mindfulness. Learn to honor the wisdom of your body and your spirit, and to let that lead the way. Your body, you have everything you need to heal and to be well. And so if you'll learn to listen, you can do that. And there's lots of resources available. On my website, there's a wellness guide that has some initial steps with suggestions. If you look for mindful awareness, if you Google it, you can get some steps. You can take a mindful awareness course, stress reduction course. Lots of ways to get started, but it's just about paying attention. So I invite you to do that. Number two, I would say, speak up and be the captain of your own life. Know that you know best. And if you're in a situation, say what's true for you and ask for what you need. And number three, I would say, is if you ever move, or if you don't already have one where you are, make sure that you have a trusted healthcare provider who aligns with your values and your needs. Even though I found someone who I felt would partner with me, the system that was in place at his office did not allow us to communicate later on, when I had some other things I needed to discuss later this week. So I will share more about all that later. It's not important to share now, but I will just say that have a trusted healthcare provider who aligns with you, and particularly get one if you move. Make that a priority to do that first thing. I did not do that when I first got here, and so I didn't have anyone I could call when my heart rate went up, and so the only place I could go was to the ER. Okay, so those are the lessons. Now I just want to say a few thank yous and let you know kind of what I'm going to be doing. So, first of all, I am going to be honoring my need for self-care. I'm going to be unplugged, and so I'm not going to be communicating like usual. So to my friends and family and anybody that's following me on any kind of social media, you probably won't be hearing from me for a while. I'm going to be unplugged. If I feel a nudge and want to communicate something, I may do that, but I'm not going to be monitoring and responding and feeling obligated in any way. I'm really letting go of shoulds. We all have a lot of those, and I'm noticing them more profoundly than I ever have. So my new motto is just, I think I adopted from Outback, and that is no rules, just right. No rules, just right, or however they say it. And I also want to say that for my folks, all the folks who follow me, who are subscribed to my newsletter at corehealthpartners.com, I will occasionally be communicating with you to keep you up to date, as I promised in my newsletter last week. In my email last week. I don't expect to be doing any more newsletters, but I will send out informal emails so you can get those and know what's going on. And if you did not know about it, you can also find archives of my newsletter on the website. Those are only available if you register, so if you register, it will pop up and all the archives are there and you can get that. I will not be taking any new health partners in my practice for the time being. If you're interested in working with me, you can send me a message and I will eventually get back to you, but I'm not promising when. Hopefully I can figure out how to give you a message if you do that, but anyway. One more thing. Archives, you can get to it there. I think maybe that's it. Anyway, it's probably not important. I'm going to close for now and thank you for listening. And I hope that you know, I have another thing. I really want to say some thank yous. So first of all, I want to thank God because this gift was an answer to prayer. I had been searching for ways to simplify life, and this gift has given me great clarity. So I thank God for that, and I promise to continue to work to honor my calling, to love people and to help them flourish. So thank you, God, for that. I also want to thank John, my love and my life partner. You have been amazing, and you were the healing force that made all the difference besides what I knew to do in all this week in the middle of a healthcare system that was not meeting my needs. And thank you for trusting me and for giving me what I needed when I asked for it, and for listening deeply. I love you forever, and you changed my life. I also want to thank my physician colleague and friend, Joanne Pizzino. JP, you embody healing. And I want to thank you for partnering with me, for listening to me deeply, and also for setting up your practice in such a way that it's not dictated by a healthcare system that doesn't work. Thank you for all that you've done for me. I also want to thank all of you who have sent messages and who have known about it and have sent messages. I have received them. I love you, and you are part of the raft that supports me. I continue to appreciate your prayers and thank you and your good wishes and all your good intentions, however you offer them. They're all wonderful, and I thank you for that. And to all of you, I hope that you will be well. I hope that you will honor you and be a good steward of you. You are one of a kind. You are a gift to the world. You can only offer your gifts if you care for yourself. So please be a steward of your instrument and honor yourself so that you can honor your Creator and make the difference that you were meant to make. May you be well.